Gravitz Sports Show.
What's happening, party people? Welcome to the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. This is Jack. Say hello, Adam.
What's up? Good thing I didn't come over today because it's pouring rain. I
had no idea. I didn't even know. Really didn't know it was raining outside.
Torrential downpour. So
good. We need that.
Today's last day of being warm though, because I think we're going to go in like the 70s.
I love it. So, love it. That's much
good.
Better. Much better. The Adam Gravitz Sports Show weather report.
How it is. It's always
what the people
weather.
Care about.
They always do. Always have.
Yeah, you be careful. You might be doing that like the NFL game day where you're standing there next to the map and describing a little bit of weather in every neighborhood.
Sounds fun for me. So yeah. So what's going on? What do we have?
There's lots of sports in. There's the NFL's here. There's college football. There's baseball.
No, we're not talking baseball.
You're not talking baseball.
I'm not talking baseball.
What?
What's wrong with you? Baseball. Who gives a fuck about baseball?
I care about baseball.
No,
but my
don't.
favorite team is the best team in baseball. I feel like that's really nice.
They're not the best team in baseball.
Best team in the American League. Okay, fine.
In the American League, but they're not the best team in baseball.
Okay, second best team in baseball. It's fine. If they were called the Marlins, you'd be so excited. Or the Nationals. You used to be a Marlins fan.
I used to be. I'm not anymore.
You switched when the Nats went to the World Series, and that's fine. No one called you out for that.
I did.
You gave up after years and years. So you claimed a Marlins World Series and a Nationals World Series. That's really cool how you did that.
I claimed 2 Marlins World Series as a kid. No, we're not talking about baseball.
Fine. Well, let's talk about your college football team's doing pretty okay. They're reasonably highly ranked.
Now it could be a special season as they didn't even play great, and they won 66-13 against a team that's probably going to win 7 or 8 games in their conference. So that's cool.
They being Florida State for people who don't know.
I'm saying we didn't even play a great game, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They had 3-4. They weren't good on third down. They had guys dropping passes.
Yeah.
They got to fourth down a few times, and they still scored 66 points.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah, no, we're hot to start. We play Boston College this weekend in the red bandana game, which is a very
trap game.
It's a
trap.
So, okay, so why don't you pick Boston College, you piece of shit?
I wouldn't, but it's trap.
Okay, define a trap. What is a trap mean?
Like people like you are going to be like, oh, Florida State's not going to win.
No, I'm not. Like, trap is in, like, Boston College is going to win, or trap is in, like, Florida State might struggle to start and then get their shit together?
They might struggle to start. It might be, like, 21-14 at the half.
If the game was at night, I'd be way more worried than a noon game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because you agree, like, a noon game, it's not going to have as big a crowd. It won't be as...
Yeah.
Jack. So, yeah, I mean, I don't love the game, but, is what it is. But, yeah, no, we're hot to start. I don't, people are giving us credit, but it all comes down to next week. Not this, against Clemson. If we beat Clemson, then you can start really talking about Florida State. If we lose to Clemson, then it's not the same old Florida State, but then it's,
mm-hmm.
have to get over that hump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a hump.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously the big result last week was Alabama lost and still somehow found a way to be put in the top 10, which, of course, they did.
Yeah.
LSU, of course, fell to 14 after losing to us, but yet Alabama got to stay in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but whatever. I mean, if they could find a way to get a 3-loss Alabama team in there, they would.
Yeah.
If they could find a way to be the first 2-loss team to make it, they would figure out a way to get them in there. Yeah, that was a great result. I mean, I don't know if Texas is back like everyone likes to say, but I was definitely rooting for Texas to beat Alabama, and the Alabama quarterback's just not very good. Like, he's a good runner, but he can't throw the ball. He's a massively inconsistent passer.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I don't. This is not one of Saban's better teams. Like they don't have elite receivers, they don't have elite running back.
It is nice that Alabama and Clemson are both down this year.
That is facts. That is fact. I mean, Clemson. I mean, I could go into a whole diatribe about Clemson, but I don't really want to.
I'm expecting it.
What else? Colorado won. So I know some people are happy. I'm not, because I think Deion is extremely like. I think he's walking a tightrope where it's like everyone is doubting him, and he's like, "Oh, you didn't think we could do it," blah 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 blah, and I should do. His kid was like, Matt Rule disrespected me, and then they're coming up with like new and interesting things to say about how everyone disrespects them, and everyone doubts and all that stuff. And then what's going to happen is after they win this week against Colorado State, they play Oregon and USC back to back. When Oregon and USC, I think will both beat the living shit out of Colorado. I want to hear what he's going to have to say after that. I just find him like, and everyone's talking like, oh, Deion's the greatest. Like, man, this can happen at every school. No, it can't. Like, Deion got lucky. Like, not every school has a Deion Sanders that can just recruit 5-star like freaks of nature like Travis Hunter to go to their school. Yeah. Or has a kid that happens to be a high 4-star level quarterback coming out of high school. Yeah. So let's like stop with the Deion's a brilliant stop.
Look, everyone's brilliant until they're not.
What?
Everyone's brilliant until they're not.
Well, also like Nebraska stinks at football.
Yeah. Like Matt Rule's not a good coach.
Like you beat Nebraska and TCU. TCU was not very good, as we all were well aware. Like they weren't. And you beat Nebraska. Now you're gonna beat Colorado State. Like okay, cool. Like all right, whoop-de-doo. Yeah. Not gonna like give you your flowers. Like okay, yeah, the number that Vegas set at 3.5 was wrong, but it doesn't mean that you're like you're not a national title contender. Like Oregon, when you play Oregon in Eugene, you're not beating Oregon in Eugene. Right? So, I mean,
I wouldn't think so.
And then USC is probably going to beat you too. Yeah. So more than likely you'll be 3-2 with 2 more than likely blowout wins. So, or 2 losses.
Which is fine.
But whatever. I mean, those were the 2 biggest games of the weekend. Miami crushed Texas A&M, which I wasn't rooting for, but Jimbo Fisher, man, I'm not bummed that he's not doing great at Texas A&M, but it's pretty embarrassing that they have I think according to the 247 numbers, they're the 4th or 5th best roster in terms of just talent they've acquired.
Bad coaching.
They're just not they just can't get over the hump. You should be happy. DJ Durkin looks like dog shit as a defensive coordinator.
He stinks.
It's got to be nice when you when your coordinators are Bobby Petrino and DJ Durkin. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Right?
Scumbag Central.
And then the other big story in college football was
Mel Tucker.
Yeah, that guy's. I mean, how much of a fucking idiot do you have to be? You had a $95 million guaranteed contract, and now
cherry contract that he. Well, okay. So here's a question. But
I think I've seen I think a friend of ours has been retweeting people who have said it's fake or something. So of course,
well, yeah, sure he is.
I'm sure. Right.
My question to you. Okay. Again, I generally. I don't know anything, but
I don't know anything about this really either. I didn't really read.
I'm reading/read an article. One of my thoughts, and I always have this thought, and I always bring it up, and I'm hoping you'll just guess it as I'm saying it. But this only comes to light when the school or the team has regrets about their coach.
Yep. I think that's facts. I think if they were coming off a 10-win season,
yeah, they had definitely had regrets on his deal.
Well, because again, he won a lot of games that first year with some transfers and stuff, and they just were we're going all in.
Yeah,
and Mel Tucker. I mean, again, I'm not trying to be a jerk and be like Mel Tucker's a terrible coach, but when you give that kind of contract, those are for guys who have won national championships.
Yeah.
Yes, Texas A&M probably regrets giving it to Jimbo, but Jimbo Fisher had won a national championship at Florida State.
Yeah.
Dabo Swinney gets those type of contracts. Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Mel Tucker is not in the same class of those guys.
No. And so I think, again, not to make light.
Again. Yeah, go ahead.
This is coming out. If his name were... Urban Meyer, for example, only came out with that stuff because they wanted to get rid of him.
Right. That's but if you're a Michigan State person, you should be actually kind of happy.
Well,
Because
yeah,
now you don't
it's
have to,
mildly embarrassing, but really you're going to move on with your lives.
Embarrassing for Michigan State, but you also get out of the contract.
Yeah. No.
So you don't have to pay him the money.
Yeah.
And then you can go start a clean slate.
Yeah.
But that was a big story that came out that he's like, I guess he's not technically fired yet, but it's just a matter of time.
He's on the permanent long-term suspension.
Yeah, that's big. So, yeah, it's a bad weekend of college football on paper. So this weekend, of course, they said like everything for next weekend, but this weekend is not a pretty weekend. But I mean, the big story was also NFL Week 1.
Yes, NFL Week 1. I think we were 100% right on our picks.
We didn't even do picks last.
Yeah, 100% right. I got none wrong.
I mean, I don't know what you want to. I mean,
well, I think the big story is on the fourth play of the game. Yep. New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles.
Yep,
is out for at least a year.
I mean, it could be his career. I mean, you're seeing all the people being like, "Oh, they shouldn't," like the field is this, the field is that. Like,
no, he's 40 years old.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's older. Like, also, like the offensive line wasn't blocking, so like whatever.
The thing about Achilles is
the Jets won the game. I feel bad for the Jets fans. I do, because like they did the right thing. They had assembled a great defense, great running backs, an elite first-round wide receiver, and so like the only thing you needed was a quarterback.
And they went out and they got the best one that was there.
Right. And you didn't really give – I mean, you gave up a decent amount, like not crazy amount, but you gave up whatever. And he was the right thing. And then unfortunately after 4 plays, his career – his season's over.
That's possible his career's over. Yeah.
The problem with the Jets also is like whenever a quarterback goes out, like if your starting quarterback goes out, you can usually look and be like, all right, we're going to tank. We're not, like we stink, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the Jets are in a position where it's like that team is too good to tank.
Yeah.
So
they could still win 10 games.
They could easily win 10 games. They won 8 games last year with Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Well, they've said that Zach Wilson's going to be their quarterback going forward, but we have a list. We have a short list of guys that we think they should get.
Well, I think I've read that they apparently have inquired about Jacoby Brissett. That's one of the names we mentioned. I mean, well, like I said, so back to what I was saying. I feel bad for the Jets because like they can't tank.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he doesn't come back like next year, because if you say it's a year recovery,
at least I'd say probably more like 18 months.
That's what they say, but I mean, I'm sure if it's 18 months and he can't be back, he won't be back for next year then either.
Correct.
What do they do? It's like, yeah, I mean, so we've seen some names. Okay, I know you're gonna. Okay, so we've seen some joke. I'm gonna call it a joke name. If you want to call me a jerk, whatever. Stop mentioning Colin Kaepernick.
Well, that was Colin Kaepernick's people. Like his management.
No, and it was also Jamel Hill. Like, come on, stop it.
Yeah.
He hasn't played in 7 years. Like, stop. And I don't want to hear, he's been working out. Okay, if he wanted to play football, guess what? He'd have played football. And the NFL hates him, but no, whatever. That's a joke. Stop.
Okay.
He's not going to be. He's not the choice. Realistic choices for them are, if they want to do a trade, Jacoby Brissett, Jameis Winston, Case Keenum. Those are 3 names for trades. If you want to sign a free agent, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, that's the list. Colt McCoy.
I mean, those are realistic options. From what they've said that Zach Wilson is going to be the guy, and they're just bringing in a veteran stopgap to be the backup.
Okay.
So if that's the case, then I think someone like Colt McCoy probably makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Except for the fact that Colt McCoy is often injured anyway. So
yeah, then the problem is you're going to need someone who can move because their offensive line is not good.
Yeah, and most of the folks you mentioned cannot move.
Well, Brissett can move
a little bit. Wentz can't move. Jameis
cannot move. Phillip Rivers definitely can't move. Yeah. I think Colt McCoy or Jacoby Brissett will be the backup quarterback.
And what could the Washingtons get for Jacoby Brissett?
A fourth. I think a 4th round pick is reasonable.
I feel like and Washington is not really expecting him to play this year.
No, and if Sam Howell gets hurt, then guess what? Then you just suck, and then you draft one of the top quarterback prospects.
Anyway,
next year anyway, right?
Yeah.
If I was Washington, I would be calling the Jets, being like, "What do you want? Like, we will give you Brissett. What do you want?" Because then you know what Washington could go do? Sign Colt McCoy as the backup.
Yeah.
Like. To me, I would trade him right now. I think you agree.
Yeah, get some
Especially
assets.
if you get a 4th. I mean, again, a 4th round pick for Jacoby Brissett is fine.
Yeah. Well,
So stop.
here's the thing, though, is that
Oh my God! What are you saying? Oh, we should.
No, Ron Rivera makes those decisions, right, on this team.
Ron Rivera's an idiot. I know. We both are going to say Ron Rivera's an idiot.
And so he needs to win to keep his job.
I understand. He's not going to.
So he doesn't care about the future. He wants to get to a certain number so he keeps his paycheck.
Yeah, but I don't think Sam Howell would. I don't think he's going to bench Sam Howell. I mean, unless you really think they're Sam Howell.
But if he's really,
again, if I were the Washington Commanders right now, I'd be on the phone with the Jets, seeing what they give you for Jacoby Brissett. It's the perfect type of fit because Brissett's better than Zach Wilson. He's not going to cost the Jets a ton in terms of draft capital,
and he's not going to be whiny about not playing either.
He's a competent backup quarterback. That's what he is. And he would. I bet he would want to go to a team. You know, I think we can agree. He'd go to a team that's got a better chance to win than the Commanders.
I agree.
So that's what I think. I mean, I think it's going to be one of those two. I think it's going to be McCoy or Brissett will be what they bring in.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was big. I mean, they still won the game. The other big story, which I mean, people are now talking about,
Bills stink.
The Bills have regressed. The Bills have really regressed, especially Josh Allen. He looked horrible. I mean, he looked absolutely god awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know he's got the rocket arm. Yes, I know he can make some great passes here and there. Yes, I know he's a tank when he's running. But those, you have to agree, some of those passes were absolutely god awful.
Bad decisions.
And I have a friend of mine who's a very good Bills fan, and we talk about it all the time. What I don't understand about the Bills is, like, you had a chance to get DeAndre Hopkins. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't have a number 2 receiver. They don't. Like, Gabe Davis is a number 3 receiver, like,
he's
disguised
a nice
they wanted
gadget.
to. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not a number 2 receiver.
Yeah.
So what I don't understand is DeAndre Hopkins wanted apparently to play for the Buffalo Bills. Imagine DeAndre Hopkins and Stephon Diggs together. Pretty freaking good, right?
Yeah.
The problem is you now have Allen feels the need he has to force the ball all the time to Stephon Diggs. And he has to take more chances than he probably wants to.
Mm-hmm.
And that cost him. Like, I'm not saying the Bills are going to all of a sudden win 5 games. Like, they're still going to be a top-tier team. But, like, they have some holes. Mm-hmm. Like, if you don't have a number 2 receiver, they just don't. And that's going to be a problem, you know, if they make it to the playoffs. It really is. When you only have, like, one – and, like, you know, you're depending on, like, a rookie tight end. I'm just saying, like, there's some issues there. That's all.
Okay.
And Josh Allen was not good. He was not good. And I think what's something that's not frustrating, but something that's crazy is, like, I bring it back to the next game we're going to talk about, you know, the Dolphins-Chargers, which is the best game of the weekend. I think we'd agree.
Mm-hmm.
If Tua had that game, what would be going on social media and on all the talk shows? Just tell me.
Just not elite, not he's not the same, ready to move on. Yeah. Like, Tua's right, but yet Josh Allen, you would agree, gets a pass. Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I think I saw something. He's had like 83 turnovers since he's entered the league, maybe?
That's a lot of turnovers.
Like, he throws the ball over a lot. I'm not saying he's not extremely talented and really good, but he's not without faults. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah. But the Jets defense is really good, and you know they won the game, and you know we'll see what happens going forward. As I alluded to, the best game of the weekend, you'd agree, was Miami Chargers, which by the way should have been the national game.
Yeah.
Instead of Eagles Patriots, but
that game was not.
As I alluded, Tua Tagovailoa threw for the 3rd most yards ever in a week 1, 466 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, look, say what you want, he's a horrible human, like a terrible piece of shit person.
Yeah.
But he's really good at the game of football.
He's very good.
And I know, you're just saying that because he's on your team. Yes, I am.
You were saying that when he was on Kansas City, too.
Right, I was saying that when he was on the team. Guess what? Commanders fans or anybody that wants to call me out, if he was on the Commanders, you know what you'd be doing with when he puts up games like he did on Sunday for the Dolphins? You'd be praising his ass. So don't give me the, like, you're rooting for a white – yes, I understand he's a shitty human. But he's also a Hall of Famer, you'd say? Probably. Close to. Or he's on the trajectory. Right?
Yeah.
Like, Yeah, it was an awesome game. Our defense was very bad, but
you talk about Washington. I mean, Washington had Dante Stallworth, so I mean, whatever.
But my point is that like what I'm saying, like, oh, you're just defending you're defending Tyreek Hill. I'm not. I've never been like obviously I've always said Tyreek Hill's a shitty human. But I also look at him, he's an awesome fucking player.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a great player. But yeah, it was an awesome game to watch. Like, it was just back and forth, like both guys making plays. I liked, for Tua to beat Justin Herbert in LA, and everyone has been like, "Oh, the Dolphins were morons for drafting Tua over Herbert, and Herbert's so much better than Tua, and this, that, and the." It was good for Tua to, to get the win. It really was.
Yeah.
Because I think you'd agree, Tua is the most scrutinized quarterback in the NFL, hands down, not even close.
Why is that?
Because I think people just don't like him. I think people just they don't like. He's smallish. He doesn't have the rocket arm. People don't. I think people just don't like him.
Yeah.
So it was great to see him get his flowers, kind of.
It's comeuppance.
For winning that game. That was a huge win. So kudos to my Dolphins for starting out 1-0.
There you go.
Especially against a team that, if you're going to go to where you're going to go, you're going to probably be fighting with them potentially for playoffs positioning. And now you'll have the tiebreaker because you have the head-to-head. So it's good. Okay. It's great win for us.
Good.
Yep. Your Commanders. You can talk about that. I won't say anything. You can talk about how great they are and how you're going to the Super Bowl. But go ahead.
Is that a thing that I sound like?
The Commanders fans are just obnoxious and want to say
are
that.
They? I think I didn't watch. I didn't watch a lot of the game, but they. I'm pretty sure were the mediocre team that people thought they were going to be, and they could be around 500 if things go right.
Well, they beat a team that doesn't want to win games.
Yeah,
I mean, and I don't blame the Cardinals. Why would you want to win games when you have, when you have a chance to get Caleb Williams? Why? Mm-hmm. It's like when the Jets. When the Jets and Jaguars had that, were fighting for the number one pick. It's like and all the Jets fans were pissed when they won the game to cost themselves Trevor Lawrence and instead drafted Zach Wilson, which, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're the Cardinals, you don't want to win the game. Like, yes, you want to, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to win these games.
Right.
The long-term approach, they didn't want to win.
It'd be competitive to your stuff. Yeah.
I thought Sam Howell he did some stuff. He looked fine. He wasn't great, but he's fine. The defense looked good. I personally I've continued to say that, if I'm the Commanders and they go 7-11 or 7-10, I would trade whatever I could to get a real quarterback. I don't think Sam Howell is a franchise quarterback.
Right.
I think you'd agree. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. I don't think he is. I know it's only been 2 games. I don't see it. But whatever. I could be wrong. It was a good win. The defense was great. From the parts I saw, Montez Sweat's really good.
Yeah, Chase Young doesn't want to play.
And the first round pick guy looked pretty good. Yeah, the Chase Young stuff, I don't know what's going to happen there. Hopefully he plays in the next couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
It was a good win. It's a good win for your Commanders to start. You had to get that win, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing the Cardinals, you have to win that game. You just do. You have to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
That is that.
I need some picks.
Yeah.
Can you do some picks? Do you want to pick your picks?
You do a few picks if you want, sure. Why not? Since we didn't do week 1 because of you being a slot. I forgot why. Oh, because you were on vacation.
I was in Seattle.
Right. But we'll do picks now, sure.
Okay. Let's have a look-see here. All right. Thursday night, the worst night of football. Vikings are at the Eagles. If you have fantasy players, they'll get half points. Eagles are 7-point favorites. Vikings look mediocre. Kirk Cousins had 17 turnovers in the first game. Yeah. Madison had 1 yard per carry.
7's a lot of points.
The Vikings tend to lose by a little bit, so I will say the Eagles win outright, but the Vikings only lose by 4.
So even though I think 7's a lot of points, since the game's in Philly, I'm going to take the Eagles to actually hit to cover that number.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I think they played the Eagles and the Vikings, I think it was in Philly, and Philly absolutely just shit-pounded them. I don't think the Eagles looked very good in their Week 1 win.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd agree.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Vikings are very good either. I just don't.
Okay.
So
sounds good.
yeah, I think the Eagles win the game.
Great.
I think it's actually like a 10. I think it's like a 10 to, it's a double-digit win.
It's on Amazon Prime for those of you who want to watch at home.
Of course it's on Amazon Prime. I fucking hate that. It's the worst thing about that is you can't flip
Yeah.
like to others. It's like you have to exit out of it every stupid time.
Yeah. Stupid Amazon. Stupid.
I hope I have Amazon Prime.
Of course you have Amazon Prime. How else do you get things delivered to your house?
I don't use Amazon.
Oh my gosh. All right. Packers at Falcons. Packers are 1.5 point favorites. It's on Sunday.
Both teams coming off double-digit wins. I don't understand the Falcons. So, like, you drafted Drake London in the top 10. You drafted Kyle Pitts in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
You drafted Bijan Robinson in the top 10.
Yeah.
And then basically you were like, Tyler Algier, you're going to get 16 carries.
Yeah.
If you can explain this to me,
they're pacing themselves.
Interesting. Okay, so you're actually defending Arthur Smith. Okay, got it. Like, what's the point? Like, Drake London got one target, and you think that's smart? Okay, I forgot. This is why you're an
yes.
idiot.
We had a completely normal week 1 of football.
No, I'm just saying, like, why would you draft all these guys in the top 10 and just not use them?
Yeah.
I mean, they used Bijan Robinson a little bit, but like, what was the point of drafting Drake London and Kyle Pitts if you're not going to use them?
Yeah.
Anything? Oh no, you're right, because we have to build our offense around Desmond Ridder.
Yeah, give him his
What are
reps.
we doing here?
I don't know. I think the Packers are going to win.
I think the Packers are going to win too.
Okay, moving on.
I think they're going to win too. I mean, I actually think the Falcons could win that division, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Packers are. I don't think the Packers are a great team, but I think they'll win the game. Yeah.
You were just talking shit about the Bills. They're hosting the Raiders. Bills are 9.5 point favorites.
So while I was talking shit about the Bills, the Raiders are not good. I know they won this past week against the Broncos, but like, I mean, the Broncos are just. Russell Wilson might be. I don't know if he's finished, but he's close, man. 9.5's a lot of points, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Raiders have to travel across the country.
Yeah, it's like an 8 a.m. game for them.
Yeah, You know what? I think the Bills win this game. I think they do. I think they cover. You know what? I'm an idiot, but I think they cover the line.
Yeah, I think
I
think they're going to exercise some of their frustration.
I also just don't know how good. I don't think the Bills are great, Jack. I don't.
I know.
And that being said, I still think they can win 11, 12 games.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I think they're like. I don't think they're unstoppable. Again, when you don't have a number 2 receiver, it's kind of hurts you. I really think that. Sorry.
Okay. All right, Ravens are at the Bengals. Bengals fresh off of scoring basically no points. Bengals are 3.5 point favorites, though.
Okay. I will say the Bengals do struggle with the Browns. Joe Burrow, I think, has won 1 out of 6 matchups against them, or 1 out of 6.
Okay.
The Ravens had a ton of injuries. J.K. Dobbins tore his Achilles. 2 of their offensive linemen are week to week, and their best safety is out.
Yeah.
I think the Bengals bounce back. This game is in Cincinnati, I believe.
Yes.
I think Cincinnati bounces back. I think Joe Burrow obviously will not play that bad again. We can agree.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson won't play as bad as he did.
Well, one can hope from a fantasy standpoint.
I think it's a high-scoring game. I think the Bengals win.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with you on that. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, everyone's new favorite team, the Lions, are hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Lions by 6 is the line for the Lions game.
The Seahawks looked horrific against a very lackadaisical Rams team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got their ass kicked at home. The Lions obviously have had a bunch of time off.
Yeah.
Their win last Thursday against the Chiefs. 6.5's a lot. I'm going to take Seattle to cover. I think the Lions win a close one, but I don't think Seattle's like finished.
Okay. I'm taking the Lions -6.
That's fine. I can understand. Okay, that's fair.
All right. Chargers are at the Titans.
Yeah.
Chargers are 3-point favorites.
The
Titans are boring.
Titans are so boring. Ryan Tannehill is so bad at this point. His career, he's donezo. The Chargers have more talent than 95%, I think, of the NFL, and yet they find a way to charge themselves every freaking game.
Yeah.
Maybe Staley, Staley's not a great coach. I don't think he's a good coach at all. I think he's going to get fired after this year. That being said, if I was going to bet this, I would just take the over because the Chargers defense is not good.
Yeah.
But I think the Chargers do win this game. Mm-hmm. Even though it's on the road, I think the Chargers do win this game.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Ugh. The Bears are at the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I'll take the crab juice and Bucks -3. I'll take Buccaneers -3. What the hell?
I'm going to take the Bears.
Okay.
I don't trust the Buccaneers. I
don't trust either of those teams.
I don't either, but I'm still going to take the Bears. It might be a bad pick, but I'll take the Bears.
Okay. Make bad picks. It's fine.
You know I do.
The winless Chiefs.
The winless Chiefs.
Mired in a losing streak.
Fuck off.
Are facing the Jacksonville Jaguars, the sexiest team in the league. Chiefs are 3-point favorites. I am taking the Chiefs. Even though they have no receivers, I think Kelsey's coming back, right?
This game's in Kansas City or is it in Jacksonville?
It's in Jacksonville.
I'm going to...
Which has no vibe. There's no vibe in Jacksonville.
I understand that, but man, this is a really tough game. Because, we assume Travis Kelce's back, right? Yeah, fuck it. I'll take the Chiefs. I don't like it. They do have what's-his-name back. Also, they got Chris Jones.
Mm-hmm.
They gave a new contract to.
Yeah.
But, do you really... Would you be surprised if the Jaguars won this? I wouldn't.
Not at all. No, it's fine. Okay.
I'm not impressed by the Chiefs either. I agree with you, man.
No, they've got no one to throw to. Shit, you throw me out there, I'll catch some balls. All right.
I guess I'll take the Chiefs. But high score. I think you agree high scoring, though, right?
Presumably. Well, if the Chiefs could hold in the football, I don't know. All right. Colts are at the Texans. Colts are 1.5-point favorites. I don't like this game. Stinks to high heaven. Take the under.
Yeah, take the under for sure. Rookie quarterback against rookie quarterback. I'll just go with who I think looked better week one. I guess I'll take the Colts. Okay. But yeah, something ugly like 16-13 maybe. I don't know. It was 2017.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Ugly game though. Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, Battle California starting our 4:00 games. The 49ers are at the Rams. 49ers are 8.5-point favorites.
49ers are going to absolutely destroy the Rams.
That's the spirit. I like it. All right.
You're not wrong. Come on, stop.
The hapless Giants are at the Cardinals, but the Giants are still 5.5-point favorites because the Cardinals are the Cardinals.
I think we agree you have to take the Giants.
The Gigantes, yeah.
I can't actually pick the Cardinals to win a game probably all year. I will not pick the Cardinals to win a game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe you will. I won't.
Okay. I think you're probably in good shape if you bet against them.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Jets, as we'd noted, are freshly off the Aaron Rodgers injury. At the dominant Cowboys, they could have 4 defensive touchdowns this week. The Cowboys are 9.5-point favorites, and I think that sounds about right. I'm taking the Cowboys.
You know what? I don't. The Jets defense is really good, man, and they have good running backs. They can run the ball. And if you just tell Zach Wilson not to be stupid, I think
that's
9.5
a big stretch.
I think 9.5 is too many, man.
Big
I think
stretch.
the Cowboys win. It's in Dallas, so I'm going to take Dallas. Okay. But I think the Jets cover this. I think that's way too many points.
Okay.
You clearly are picking Dallas to cover. That's fine.
I do. All right, this is the game, maybe the game of the week.
Okay.
Sunday night football. Dolphins at Patriots.
Okay.
This is your game. Dolphins are 2.5-point favorites, and I believe the Dolphins will win.
I think the Dolphins will win too. I get it that by the way, thanks to the NFL, we got 2 road games to start the season. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody else get 2 road games to start their season? Just curious.
I don't know. I don't keep track of stuff like that.
No, I mean, Tua has done well against Belichick. The Patriots are a very good defense. I don't think the Dolphins' defense is going to be as bad as it was, obviously, against the Chargers. I think the Dolphins win this game. Why not? Like, I'm not scared. Like, yes, the Patriots are a very good, well-coached team, but yeah, the Dolphins are the better team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins.
Cool.
Okay.
Great. The first Monday night game, we're doing this now with 2 Monday night games. The first Monday night game is Saints at Panthers.
Ugh.
I'll take the crab juice again. Saints -3. Okay.
I'll take the Saints. Yeah, I mean, I don't love the Saints, but the Panthers are. I don't think they're great by any means. They're not. They haven't played great football. I mean, the Saints didn't look good either. But I'll take the more talented team. I'll take the Saints on the road.
Okay. Great. And then the other Monday night game, a historic matchup going back to the 1700s. The Browns of Cleveland are facing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Browns are 2.5-point favorites, and I like that. I'll take the Browns -2.5.
So, yeah, I mean the Steelers have a couple massive injuries. Cam Hayward and Deontay Johnson. Those are not not inconsequential players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Browns as well. I think the Browns. I don't think the Browns. I mean, I don't know. Do you think the Browns? I don't know if the Browns are great, but I'll take the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the Browns to win.
Okay.
So, good choices.
Cool. And then we always do the Washingtons last. The Commanders are at the Broncos. Broncos are 3.5-point favorites. I think the Washingtons go into Denver and beat the Broncos.
It's a tough one. I mean, I'm going to take Denver because of the altitude.
Mm-hmm.
And because, again, and you're going to call me a hater. You're going to call me I still don't trust Sam Howell. I think that Denver's defense is very good. I think you'd agree on that one.
Mm-hmm.
They might be getting Jerry Jeudy back, which will help.
I hope so, fantasy-wise.
Oh, shut up. Russell Wilson has definitely lost a step, but I will still take the Broncos to win. Again, an ugly game, but I think they'll win the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Those are our picks.
By the way, I've started eating the popcorn that I bought from you on Sunday.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your support for our Cub Scouts.
By the way, s'mores popcorn is really free.
Very good. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
It's addictive. I could eat that entire bag, which would be terrible.
You should. And you should come back and buy more.
You've eaten the s'mores popcorn before.
Yes.
It's really good, is it not?
It's quite good. My favorite is a salted caramel.
S'mores is mine. This s'mores is awesome.
Okay.
So
well, thank you for the unpaid ad read for the s'mores popcorn. Please click the link to order the popcorn.
No, it was very good. It's very it's really good. I'm trying to think what else. Anything else? Let's see. My parents are in Portugal, I believe.
Wow, I like Portugal. We're in Portugal. What are they doing up there?
No idea. I guess this was just on vacation for the next 10 days, 11 days. I don't know. I've never been to Portugal, so I don't
beautiful.
know. You've been to Portugal?
Yeah, I've been to Borba and obviously Lisboa.
You don't go.
I went to Portugal a couple years ago.
Why did you go to Portugal?
I went to go visit a limestone quarry, and then I toured the downtown and the port.
Okay, fine. I vaguely remember.
I stayed in this really nice resort where everything was like hand chiseled and like.
I don't know what they're doing. They'll probably do a bunch of.
They do bike. You can do bike tours, and they have like little like.
Really see my parents doing a bike tour. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. They have really good food. Obviously, the Bronzino is very nice, and they have.
I don't know. What is? I mean, Portuguese food is
seafood.
What?
Seafood, Mediterranean seafood. So you're looking at like Bronzino, octopus, hummus, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll have. I mean, that sounds like stuff I would definitely eat.
Yeah.
But I think they left tonight.
Wow, so we'll get there in like 10 hours. It's nice.
I don't know how long. Yeah, I don't know how long the flight it is.
It's like 10 hours.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, they'll be they're there. I'm trying to think what else, anything else. Let's see. Oh, it's Rosh Hashanah this weekend.
Yeah.
So you're excited about that?
I am excited about that.
You are going to the Maryland
Well,
game.
it works
on
out. The Maryland game's Friday night. It timed out perfectly, so I don't miss the game for Rosh Hashanah. I can just go the night before.
And you didn't invite me to the game, which sucks because now I don't get a crab pretzel, which is just rude on your end, but that's fine.
Well, look, I enjoyed it. We went to the Charlotte game. Alicia and I sat in 4 seats between the two of us, and it's nice to stretch out.
I mean, she doesn't. Okay, fine. I'm just saying I would have enjoyed the game more than Alicia will on Friday, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, well, we'll think of you while we're there.
You're such a dick. No, it's fine.
I can
man.
put some popcorn in my pocket and bring you some extra stadium popcorn if you want.
Just bring me a crab pretzel.
Like, let's fold it up and shove it in my pockets.
Just bring me a crab pretzel back, and then I'll heat it up.
It's like $65. I'm not doing that.
Fine. Bring me a crab pretzel.
No.
Anything else going
good. You don't want to hear about Thrifty Car Rental and how they give me money back.
I do not want to hear about Thrifty. No. Shut up about Thrifty.
I didn't say anything. You're the one talking about it.
Last thing before we get going quickly, your president and so Jack's president is going to be impeached.
No, he's not.
I know. Yeah, Jack's favorite people, the Republican Party in Congress, have decided to inquire about impeachment. So that's cool.
Cool. They're going to start thinking about planning on thinking of something. Who cares?
So they're doing an inquiry into something that they've already been investigating for the last 9 months where they found nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. They're a bunch of weirdo losers. It's fine. All right. Well, for Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Have a great night.
The Adam Gravitz Sports Show.